Hi, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. And if you haven't, welcome. My name is Felix, and I'm here to talk about my opinions. So something I've wanted to talk about for a while, I haven't posted in a while, I lost my SIM card, I just found it, is the fact that in January, TikTok set it so that accounts under the age of 16 would be private by default and only their friends can comment on their videos and interact with them. This, I think, was a step in the right direction, but not enough. I'm going to say right now that I don't think social media is a safe place for very young women, or even just young women. Women the age I am. I recently turned 18. It's not a safe place. Let me just start with the content itself, not even like the users. Well, the users make the content, but just the content as it stands if you're not interacting with other people, just consuming. I got on TikTok when I was just about to turn 16, so I've been using it for about 2 years. And I can say right away that if I had joined any younger, I think the content that I saw could have disturbed me. It's not like there's anything extremely graphic or anything, but it would have introduced me to a lot of things before I was ready, especially like sexual things. Like there are a lot of minors who make sexual content on TikTok, and there's no real way for TikTok to stop it, I guess, if they like don't know or just don't care, but there's a lot of sexual content on TikTok, even though it's like, you know, you can't like actually like put like porn up there. So I don't know, I feel like a lot of 13-year-olds come across that stuff and they're like, oh, like I feel so grown up looking at it. And you do, it makes you feel grown up. So that's one of the reasons. Another reason is just the users themselves. How many stories have we heard about TikTok, you know, like Predators? There have been a lot of them, and it feels like every other month, like another like cosplayer or something gets exposed for it. Like just recently, a guy named, I think Sam, was exposed for just saying horrible, horrible things to, I think, young trans men. It just happens far too often for me to say, yes, this is a safe space for children and young adults to make content. I cannot, honestly, if I think I had like a 15-year-old daughter right now, I would not let her get it. Because, okay, adding to that, for young women especially, I think TikTok can be extremely damaging. Even if you're just following like Charli D'Amelio and like Addison Rae and like a bunch of like just pretty girls doing like renegades. I think that can also have a really, really big impact on your mental health, because the way people present on TikTok is not the way you are in real life. Obviously, that goes for all social media. But I think there's a really big thing about TikTok that if you are conventionally attractive, you will get views. We all understand this. I'm not gonna like explain that to you guys. But I know that even when I go on TikTok, as an 18-year-old who's relatively confident with myself, and I do think that I'm comfortable in my body and I like myself, going on TikTok, seeing these beautiful people who are so good at makeup and so gorgeous, like dancing to these fun songs, it does make me feel bad about myself. Like, I looked in the mirror the other day and I caught myself like comparing myself to a girl I had just seen on TikTok, and I had to stop and go like, whoa, like I didn't think that was even in me, but it's so deeply ingrained to compare myself. And I'm not even conscious of it, but I was looking at myself and I was like, wow, my legs look kind of big. Like, until I go on TikTok, I'm fine. Then I see that. I'm sure everyone has had an experience like that, but for young girls who see these people looking so dolled up, like with all social media, they're not going to understand that that's not what life looks like all of the time. And that's a really hard concept for like 13, 14, 12-year-olds to understand. It's just, yeah, it worries me to see very young people consuming the content there on TikTok. For an anecdote, I have a neighbor who lives down my street. She's a freshman in high school, and you know the TikTok trends where it's like, put your phone like this, and you can see the trend that was basically like, what do you look like giving a blowjob? But it wasn't explicitly stated like that. I see trends like that, and I sometimes see her participating in them, and it really worries me. This comes back to the sexualized content and the predatory users. It is really, really easy for a young girl to be drawn into the attention or admiration of an older person who is giving them that attention or admiration. I've experienced it myself, not in like a romantic or sexual way, but the platonic desire to have a friend who's like older, more mature, or like cooler, or more experienced is really hard to recognize as something that's not healthy. And that can so easily morph itself into a predatory relationship, especially on TikTok, where girls, again, are posting their bodies and maybe unintentionally sexualizing themselves in a way that will draw the attention of pedophiles. I said what I said. So back to my original point, I am really glad that TikTok has taken these steps, but it does upset me that it feels like it's not enough, and it feels like it's far too late. Because again, these predatory people pop up time and time again, and it's like, when does it stop? Who are we going to discover next is a fucking TikTok predator? It's not safe. And I really worry for the young people that are on TikTok. I don't know if there's like a solution to this or anything that TikTok could do to, well, actually, yeah, I do. They could start by taking down like minors' accounts who are sexualizing themselves, and that opens up a whole new conversation. Like, I saw a TikTok of a minor who was doing a dance, and she had put the phone at a suggestive angle. And I saw in the comments like, hey, please take this down. You're sexualizing yourself, and this is really dangerous, because if a predator saw this, they would, do what a predator does. And one of the replies to that comment was, maybe you should stop sexualizing her and leave her alone because she's a minor. And I see both sides of that, but I see the don't intentionally sexualize yourself part first. But then again, you can't know if it was intentional, but it's a really complicated discussion with a lot of nuance, and I'm not doing it justice in this video, but I do want to say that I think that TikTok should be more diligent in protecting minors, and this like making 16-year-olds accounts private by default and they can just go and change it in their settings, that's not enough to me. It just, the mix of like the body image content that goes on TikTok and the amount of predators on the app and the looseness of the content and how easy it is to make and connect with other people, it creates what could only be described as a breeding ground, frankly. I've gotten my fair share of weird messages and like sugar daddy offers on social media. I've had the self-preservation to delete those messages and not engage with those people, but there have been times when I found myself in conversation with someone much older than me, again, not in a romantic or sexual way, but in a way that there was definitely 100% a power imbalance. And there are so many people on the internet who have experienced the same thing that it makes me wonder how much of this is happening on TikTok in DMs where it can't be monitored. It just really worries me. It really worries me. And it worries me to see my 14-year-old neighbor on TikTok doing these sexual dances, because I really don't think, and this goes for all young people, I don't think they know the implications of what they're doing and how it looks to adults. Because this content is available to everyone. I brought this up to my mom about the 14-year-old, and she said, well, she's just like exploring her sexuality, which all 14-year-olds are going to do. Teenagers are going to be sexual. It happens. You're a teenager. But my concern is that she's exploring her sexuality on a platform that does not have enough in place to protect her from people who might take advantage of that exploration. And that's kind of my thesis for this whole thing. TikTok does not have enough protection for minors to explore any part of themselves. And I also don't think that social media should be a place to explore your sexuality that way. But that is also a very nuanced discussion. Not in a full stop way, but I don't think that posting a very public, available to everyone sexual dance is necessary to exploring your sexuality. You know what I mean? So I guess my point is, I don't know if I want teenagers' exploration of their sexuality to be visible to 30-year-old men who think that that is sexy. You know? You dig? So again, I don't know if there's a solution. Maybe this is me. No, actually, it's not me being paranoid because I've seen it firsthand. It troubles me. It really does. Yeah. Anyway. I feel like I always come on here, I'm like, this is a problem, but I don't know what to do about it. But honestly, I don't. So, thank you for watching. I know I've been gone for a while. If you have any thoughts on this, please comment below. I love hearing them. Just looking out for the protection of young women and young men and young everyone in between. Anyway, wear your masks, please, 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 and have a wonderful day.